everybody. Welcome to No Story is Sacred. If you've never listened before, basically we're four siblings who grew up talking about the art of storytelling. Now that we're adults, we're still talking about it, and we're inviting you to join the conversation. I'm Pippin, and fair warning, I watched this movie 2 weeks ago and barely remember any of it.
Seems appropriate.
Yeah.
I'm Alex, and I watched this just this afternoon, and
Barely remember any of it.
No. He's gonna be our resident subject matter expert now.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, no, I didn't sign up for this. No, I'm
That kind of group project.
no, I'm Alex, but I don't have the faith.
Oh, Christ. If Pippin doesn't go Catholic on Maine during this, I'm gonna fucking shoot something.
I'm gonna riot.
I am!
You're gonna label some stuff against the door.
Oh no! The Reformation starts here! So I'm Kat, and I'm astonished by the quality of actors. I'm just gonna say it. I'm not even gonna do something clever. I'm just starting right off the bat.
Wow.
I'm still astonished by the quality of actors. There.
And I'm Brendan Maniac McDonald reporting for duty, ma'am. Throwing that in your face, Kat.
Okay, first of all, Matthew Lillard had a very particular vibe at the time that they were hiring him for.
That's
He
true.
He was the 1990s Pete Davidson.
He was.
Whoa.
He was.
Whoa.
All
Yeah.
right.
Oh my god, Alex! You just blew this wide open!
All right.
I thought we were off the case, Alex.
Wow. Okay.
By the way,
Okay, anyway, moving on.
All right.
Don't be surprised.
Today.
Yep. Today.
today.
Not tomorrow, not yesterday. Today.
No day
Yesterday.
like today.
Wow, that wasn't even me.
How have we not talked about Rent yet?
That's fine.
You know, we should probably make that a pod episode. Anyway, moving on.
Did you
Today.
see the trailer for Chick Kick Boom? Anyway.
We are having such energy, you guys. Such energy.
Today, we're talking about the 1999 film, Wing Commander. Alex didn't italicize the title of the movie. Alex did the cheat sheet today, not me.
Ooh.
Oh,
Rebel.
hold on.
The fuck?
There.
Thank you.
For the listeners at home, Alex in the Google document just italicized it.
Listen,
Riveting
proper
drama.
formatting is important.
He's fixed it, and now you can never complain about him again.
If you've never watched Wing Commander, I mean, where have you been?
Yeah, I mean, you have missed the pinnacle of 1999 storytelling.
Listen, guys, I'm gonna come to bat for this story. Not for the way it was done, but for the story.
The summary, according to the to IMDb,
Okay.
is... I told you I wasn't the one who did the cheat sheet today. Is Blair, a fighter pilot, joins an interstellar war to fight the evil Kilrathi, who are trying to destroy the universe.
I mean, that's kind of, like, way in the background. Like,
Yeah.
pre-movie.
That's it. That's the
Yep.
summary according to IMDb.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That's why I chose.
Short, succinct, and to the
Wrong! And wrong!
point. Is there a character named Blair?
Yes?
Is he a fighter pilot?
Yes?
Is he joining the
I
interstellar
don't like
war
the
effort?
way, I don't like the way this is being led,
Answer
and
the
I
question.
refuse to participate!
You ain't being pulled inexorably towards the truth.
This is not writ of attachment. I do not have to be forced to go along.
Wow.
The judge has no say here.
Damn.
Wow.
Well, I will lend you a point here where it doesn't cover the finer points of the story.
It doesn't cover any of the points of the story.
The Google description mentions that it's based on a computer game.
A computer game
There we
series.
And
go.
has impressive special effects.
No, oh, okay. Well, alright. For 1999, yeah.
I mean, it looks like, some, PS2 textures.
Yeah. Hey, the finest of PlayStation graphics, Alex. And they tried doing the Matrix bullet time the same year as the Matrix, and not as...
Was this the same year as the Matrix?
Yeah,
Really?
Matrix 1999, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
I thought it was earlier, actually.
Nah, I think Matrix was 1999, y'all.
1999.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, listen. The Matrix is an outlier and should not be counted.
Didn't 1999 have a ton of awesome movies?
Yeah.
It had like Gattaca and shit, and
I mean, it wasn't
it's not 95. 95 was a genius year.
Mortal Kombat, which, side note here, guess what movie this film shares a screenplay author with?
No.
Yes.
Really?
Really.
I mean,
The
same
1995
energy.
film, Mortal Kombat.
Here's the thing. I think that they were more versed in science fiction than in Mortal Kombat. Does that make sense?
it uses it knows its sci-fi tropes.
Yes.
I
Wait,
agree
wait.
with that.
And it also knows the problems in play with a lot of, I will say, realistic space travel and space war.
Yeah.
And it accurately, I believe, takes in the two genres of war movies that would be appropriate, i.e., fighter pilot movies and submarine movies.
Hey, Kat.
Yeah.
Look at my my Act 2. What I wrote for Act 2 in the Google Doc in the cheat sheet.
You're asking me to open up a Google Doc, and I don't do that unless I'm required. Why? What does it say?
I wrote for Act 2. Whoops, we're Top Gun now. No, wait. I'm for right at October.
I just want to point
predicted
out.
you, Kat.
I just
I
want to
feel
point
seen.
out. I want to point out that Galaxy Quest was 1999.
Damn it.
Nice.
Galaxy
So,
Quest is great.
Also,
Okay.
fun fact about this movie, the director is the person who made the video games.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
It's
Okay.
Chris Roberts.
Okay, that...
AKA
Yeah, so-
the same person who is still running the whole Star Citizen thing, which I'm sure everybody on the internet has managed to hear in some form about at some point in the last few years.
Guys. I'm Mr. X. Mythic Quest. That's the movie.
Oh yeah. No.
Holy Oh my god.
Yes.
And CW writes the
Of course he
screenplay.
does. Cat, I'm gonna add that to the list.
But listeners, I'm not saying that we definitely have one, but theoretically, Pippin and I have an ongoing Google Doc of just fanfic we want to write for Mythic Quest.
Mythic
no,
Quest
that's
being
not
the
true.
Apple TV series.
I am lying. Pippin, what's the truth?
It's also a list of fic ideas for It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
It's pretty thorough, guys. It's multiple pages now.
It is, it's about to go onto the 5th page.
We are classy bitches.
Single spaced or double?
A single, but it's a bulleted list.
Yeah.
Okay. We should
but
probably
yeah,
get to the movie.
Why?
Pippin, I refuse to be taking any of this garbage. I will say that I think that this movie was surprisingly SF or science fiction savvy for the time.
For the job.
Star Wars Episode 1 also came out in 99.
Oh, actually, here's another fun fact about this movie that I just remembered.
I know that one. Yep,
Yes.
go on.
This movie had the premiere of the Star Wars Episode 1 trailer, which
That
drove...
is not mine.
Yeah.
Go
Well,
on.
this is what drove a lot of people to watch this in the theaters in the first place, was just to watch the Episode 1 trailer.
Oh no! I mean, that's
Yeah.
You watched
damn,
this in theaters?
that's damn good marketing, guys. And I think I know I saw this. That's the thing. I know I saw this movie.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, did we see this in theaters?
Probably,
I
yeah.
think we did.
Yeah.
Because,
We wouldn't have rented it because it looks like Top Gun from its cover.
Yeah.
Because I have no memory of ever watching this movie.
I have memory of watching this.
Me too.
Same.
And I remember liking it.
And you know what?
I thought it had problems, but...
We probably watched this at the Rialto Theater in Lancaster, New Hampshire.
Probs.
Hell yeah.
Talked about it on the way home.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, the Rialto. I don't think the Rialto was open at that time in 1999.
It must have been.
Ooh.
Nah.
I'm gonna get a phone call from Dad.
Like I'm going to bet Hooksett.
Oh, that was a
Hooksett.
nice one.
That's a nice one. But it would have been on the way back from Chester.
Or it would have been
Nashville.
on the way back from ReaderCon.
Oh.
When was this? When did this movie? If this movie
It
came
has summer
out,
blockbuster written all over it.
if it came out in July,
We know, yeah.
but
March.
Ooh,
March. Huh, so that's not Boscone either.
No, that's
Nope, that brings it right back around to a more local theater, because that is when you get stuck in a house for 6 months in the winter.
My God, we need to leave.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. We will take any excuse whatsoever. Littleton, that's what it says to me.
The Jack's Junior Theater in Littleton.
Mm-hmm.
Jack
Go to-
Jr.
Go to the Littleton bookstore back when it was seriously...
yeah.
It's good now, but it was badass back then.
Oh, yeah.
Get some Mexican food at that little place in the alley, huh? And
man.
then, and then Chudder's before the movie theater. Chudder's were they yet the world's longest penny candy counter?
They had to have been.
No, I don't think so. At that point,
Yeah, no.
I don't think
They were
had,
still great, but had they gotten the Guinness World Record yet?
Aspirations, man.
If I'm lucky, Dad waits until the end of the episode to call me, and I don't get 2 phone calls. I love you, Dad.
Oh, man. Anyway, so there's
movie.
a strong likelihood we saw this in theaters. Oh, man.
And have no memory of this place.
I have no memory of this place.
Indeed. Oh, but here's the fact, Brendan, I thought you were going to say, which is that there's an AI that appears named
yes.
Merlin.
Yep.
And it is voiced by Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill, who was also the guy who played Blair in the video games.
No shit, really?
Yes.
And after having work?
Oh, yeah, okay. Fair. Good for Mark Hamill.
Yeah, right?
Good for Mark, yeah. Yeah. And actually other little fun tidbits is that because this was originally a video game series, the main character, Blair here, originally didn't have a name, but I guess the development team referred to him as Blue Hair internally.
Okay, that is
Hilarious.
funny.
Because
That's amazing.
Yeah, because in the colorization, they made the black hair highlighted with blue, and so Blue Hair. And the theory is that they just shortened it to Blair.
I think that that's valid, and I accept it.
like
Names have been come up with for sillier reasons.
It's
you look
hard making names, y'all.
Names are the fucking worst, you guys. We have a literal game about that because we suck so much at it.
I quickly glanced at the Rotten Tomatoes page for this movie, and and people who Rotten Tomatoes is Rotten Tomatoes, and just don't like 10% in critic score or in 25% audience score, or which is pretty bad. But they don't get what makes it good.
Well, that's the problem, I think, because this, I think, was pre, the nerds, the rise of the nerds, that thing. Because it's still the 90s, right?
Yeah.
And so I would suggest that there is a certain level, hopefully, of genre savviness now that did not that did not exist then. And so a lot of the shit that they were doing, to me, I'm like, oh my God, they're actually talking about problems with time dilation, in space. This was a big thing. And I'm pretty sure that that is not necessarily what your average moviegoer
Oh, hell no.
would know what to read into.
Yeah.
The average moviegoer is like, why can't Fleet just go there? Come on.
I mean, yeah. Or
Because-
the fact that, ships can only go a certain speed and and you're done.
Yeah, and it's established in this movie that a lot of the faster than light travel is done via wormholes through quasars.
Quasars!
Which is... very tricky and requires a lot of pre-calculated computations through navicomputers, which leads to the MacGuffin of the movie. That's right, I'm steering us back into the plot!
Here's
I was
the
going
thing,
to say,
though.
does someone want to say what this movie is about?
About 100 minutes long.
Oh.
Oh. Woo!
I'll say, here, let me give a shot at it, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm doing
You're
my stretches,
flying
guys.
blind. She's
Flying
flying
blind.
blind. She's turned off the nav computer.
The nav computer's broken, everybody.
Is she part
because
Pilgrim?
we're so. Oh no. Okay, we're not even there yet. So a war has been going on. We find this out during the opening exposition, otherwise known as the credits. And people have gone into space. We've explored. We've done a lot of cool things. And then we found a baddie. And the baddie is super interested in killing us.
Like elegantly named the Kill Rafi. Just
No reason.
Oh, to be fair, you don't need to know. It's not the point of the fucking movie.
Oh, Kill Rafi. There you go.
Oh God. Okay.
No.
Yeah, that's what I was
Names are
going for.
hard. We have said this.
I've introduced my new alien race, the Death Baddies.
We've got skulls on our uniforms. Are we the baddies?
The old ones,
my God,
the new ones.
Unrelated, I would pay money for people to do a sketch, like, just doing that with the Kilrathi. If we have a new Wing Commander game, that has to happen. I'm just putting
There
that
you
out
go.
there.
Ha
But our enemies are not kitty-faced.
Anyway, go on, Kat.
So, this is all established. We are evidently in the middle of a war. The movie starts out with a ship that happens to have, it's a pretty big ship. I think it's like one of those, like a flagship, one of those kind of things, right?
Yeah.
And boom smack, they get attacked by the bad guys. And everybody fucking knows, oh shit, they're going for the Navcom. Now, us as genre-savvy people, we know, oh shit, the Navcom's gonna have all of the coordinates to all the other ships in this fleet. You know? That's why they care about this. I don't think your average viewer would necessarily cotton on that quickly.
Well,
specifically,
for the viewers, they said it had the Earth jump points on it, which is like.
Yeah, I mean, it has everything. Like, it's pretty. So the captain, quite rightly, is like, shit, blow it up. The blow up does not work. It's malfunctioned. He's like, fuck.
Shoot it.
And so he tries to shoot it. It very intelligently is behind bulletproof glass. And they're like, oh shit, maybe we didn't want our Navcom to get fucked up by accident. And he's like, it's a bunch of very quick thinking, captain moves. He's like, well, all I have left is to send out a bunch of drones with a big message saying, BT dubs, we're about to get fucked. And so's Earth. And he's right. The aliens come, off screen, I believe, the aliens blow shit up, get the Navcom, and the ships.
yeah.
Which is good, because we don't need to see that. All we need to know is, oh fuck. Meanwhile, another ship, a distance away, we find out about 12 hours away, in terms of how far does the drone fly, catches the message. And they are like, oh shit, okay, let's ask Navcom, based on that position where the other ship was, and based on where Earth is, and based on where all the jump points that the bad guys now know, how long till they reach Earth and blow the shit out of us? And the answer is 40 hours. And they're like, 40 hours minus 12 hours, not great. We can't get there. What's the closest ship? And they figure it out, and they're like, oh, the closest ship is 42 hours away. And I will say, I appreciate that the task is, and the timeline. You know how we always talk about how there being like a ticking time bomb to get the plot going? We know it right from the get-go. We lose it a bit later because it's not adequately kept up with. But in the beginning, at least, Act 1, I will say, lays shit out beautifully. So they're like, okay, we can't get to the nearest ship. Is there any other fucking ship? And it turns out there's a little merchantman, which I'm immediately like, oh shit, is the Wellerman coming? Is the Wellerman coming with
Sugar and tea and rum?
Sugar and tea and rum and 2 pilots for the military ship. And they're like, oh fuck, okay, we're gonna send a message to the merchantman and be like, hey guys, Can you do something about this?
We've got a big favor.
A big ask. Could you save the human race? Just a thought.
If you don't mind, are you not busy?
Yeah. So they message this merchantman. They're like, oh, we're fucked in multiple ways. But could you somehow pass this message on because Earth's gonna get blown the shit up?
Earth's gonna get got.
Yep. And there's no other way for us to get a message. And the merchantman has like, not Gerard Depardieu, but a French dude.
Sheki Cario? I don't know his name.
I will say one of the many actors who are too good for this film.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And let me say about this about Taggart. Taggart is his name.
Yep.
There is a man who wants to fuck space anomalies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he does.
We are going into that quasar.
Forget monster fucking. This is like Etheria fucking. I don't even know what Etheria is. I made it up, but that's the vibe.
Which, given a character point that's revealed about him later on in the plot, makes a lot more sense.
To be honest, I think he's a great fucking character. I think he's amazing. Every actor who's a good that's not true. I actually really like Freddie Prinze Jr. too. Every actor who you look at this like, why is he in this? You're like, oh, one, they bring amazing character shit because they're fucking talented and they elevate a lot.
Oh yeah.
I think he's a great character. So he's like, hey, guess what? Pilot boy, you got a message. Except in like this really cool French accent. Which I appreciate that there are multiple, in 1999, this is a multiracial cast and an international cast. Which is fucking astonishing.
Some choices could have been made different, but
we're gonna get there.
Okay. I just want to make sure that.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Pippin's already on it to it. We all know.
Right.
Yeah.
If we have story changes that we had to do, we're gonna do them.
The captain of the spaceship is like, of the big military ship is like, hey, kiddo, to the pilot who is played by Freddie Prinze Jr. He's like, so, hey, world's gonna blow up. Bad guys are heading toward the planet. Shit's going wrong. I'm gonna send you some classified material, and I need you, and plus, the Wellerman here, to get to this ship that we cannot reach in time, to pass on these orders to somehow let Earth know that shit's going down. Because they do not have faster than light, communications.
Comms. Yeah.
They don't. And I fucking love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
That's not something seen often in science fiction movies.
Nor was it I will say, I don't think it was adequately explained because for a lay audience, again, science fiction audiences, those who are genre savvy, would be like, oh shit, when they realize what's going on.
Yeah.
That's why you have to physically courier this.
Yeah, makes sense.
And that's why when they were able to find the closest person, it's that merchantman. And so they're like, okay, we're beaming this to you. And then they record it on like a mini CD, and that's adorable. Whatever. The other nice thing about this is that by this point in like 99, we were seeing a lot of like really shiny, happy futures, as it were. A lot of, really, the futures made like an Apple iPhone, that kind of thing. And the bad guys have the messy ships. And no, in this one, everybody has messy ships. It's a messy business.
Yeah, this is military SF.
Yes, which I don't think, what was it? There was, what's that one show with the, movie with the, troopers, Starship Troopers. That was military SF.
Which was like, you're being commentary on stuff.
Yeah. But this movie, I will say, is better than Starship Troopers in terms of science fiction.
Yes.
I think it is a better science fictional story. Anyway, the point is, comms.
Comms are fucked, sir.
So, the Wellerman's like, don't worry, I have a shortcut.
And we're going through the Scylla and Charybdis quasars? Oh, no.
No.
It comes from Greek myth.
What? Well, we see Freddie Prinze Jr. reading the Odyssey.
Yeah, and you know what?
Which is good.
I remember liking this point when I was a kid, kid in 1999, because you know what? I loved the Odyssey when I was a kid. I had like the entire audiobook, like a red version of it on a CD at the time. Loved that shit. And so,
Well,
like
also,
me,
it's thematically appropriate.
yeah. And, you know, you present something like a pair of quasars or whatever, or black holes, who knows, and you call them Scylla and Charybdis. I'm like, oh, that's something that you gotta thread that needle very carefully. Otherwise,
Or in the case, or everybody else in the universe just put up a big fucking "don't go here."
yeah. Yeah, there's a, hey, idiot, you're about to die, turn around, beacon.
But it also has a little bit of foreshadowing there, because
Yep.
the NavCom is like, well, we're not supposed to fucking go there, so it's not on the map.
That's true.
And our Wellerman's like, no, there's a beacon there, it says not to go there, but we're gonna go there, that is fine. And they're like, what?
Listen, we're in a rush. It's okay. Do you trust me, boys? Do you
And
trust
they're like,
me?
who the shit are you?
I'm the best
No,
goddamn
sit you
character
back.
in this movie. Click, 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 click.
I'm the freshman.
Shit goes wrong though because of Matthew because of Matthew Lillard
Yep.
going like too fast. Yeah.
He's a hotshot pilot. Again, we're developing his character. He doesn't listen to his captain.
I mean, he is called Maniac.
Yeah.
He is called Maniac.
He is weirdly the one who has the greatest character development.
True.
Weird. Yeah. And that he
Yep.
has character development. Whoa.
I mean, hey.
Well, the other side characters are busy being like, we're already full developed. And then there's, fucking Freddie Prinze Jr., who's like, what?
I have to believe in myself.
Okay. Hey, fine.
Here's the thing, like, in the course of things messing up here, because Matthew Lillard went too fast, our captain has to go and fix shit, and so...
The NavCom gone down.
Yeah, and so Freddie Prinze Jr. starts calculating a bunch of...
Oh, but he's never done a jump before.
Never done it.
And the Frenchman's like, yeah, you're gonna know.
Ha 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 ha. Wait, what? Ha 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 ha. And this is where it's established that our main character, Freddie Prinze Jr., Blair, has a little bit of space magic because his mother was part of a race of people called the Pilgrims.
Technically, they are humans,
Yes.
Like,
But
they're,
they...
Sorry, go on.
they're the humans who went out first.
and got weird with it.
Hey!
They got weird with a quasar.
Whoa.
they were fucking the quasars.
Etheria fucking man. That's where it started, right there.
Yeah, so, and apparently there was a big war with them not too long ago, but
Because they're like, humans, am I right? And they're like, you're fucking humans. Like, are we though?
we're mostly human.
Better, maybe?
But we're just better humans. And it basically it's established that they have a feel for how navigating through the quasars and such, and the wormholes rather, work. Yeah. And later on, it's even, I think, maybe it's at this point it's established, or maybe later on it's established that the NavCom AIs aren't really using like sophisticated math to navigate the wormholes. No, they're just basically emulating Pilgrim brains to navigate. It's like, okay.
I will say, at the time, sounded like bullshit science, and now, coming back around into the development of AI and learned behaviors.
Yeah.
Because, that's how spoiler for the audience, that's how AI is really working, is that you have the robot fuck up over and over again, and occasionally a human pops up and says, no, this is what you mean.
You messed up here, buddy.
And they're like, are you sure? I'm pretty sure that's a pig, bread, or a rock.
Dog, bread, bread.
That's all AI modeling, just throwing statistics into a pile until you get at the right behavior.
Yeah,
but it's the humans who have to approve it.
And in this case, the NavCom AI
was
is Pilgrims. Yeah.
Yep.
Which, hey, a little bit of forward thinking. Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
I think it was accidental forward thinking.
Yes. Man. But yeah, what follows after that point is just a lot of faffing about, really, right?
Well, it's we end up on the ship. It's the introducing the pilot jocks to the other pilot jocks. It's the setting up of the military dominance. It's can we really trust him?
He's a pilgrim.
It's Hercule Poirot being the fucking captain.
Right?
Right?
I'm like, where's your fucking mustache and your tiny gray sails? But whatever. But what the shit with the caliber of actor?
I could hear him saying, Mr. Obutu, all day.
Right? Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
No, he was bringing his all.
And Jürgen Prochnow as his second in command?
Mm-hmm. There's so much good, you guys. And I kind of wish that they had decided that for the rest of the acting, they had brought in not the hot young tickets, although I like Matthew Lillard, I like Freddie Prinze Jr. I'm just not sure they were right for this. But when did She's All That come out? Because they were both also in
99.
Yeah.
There you go.
Same year.
Yep.
Yeah, so
get that audience.
Yeah, because, like, Freddie Prinze Jr., like, he's a nice boy, but he just, his direction was just, now look vaguely confused to the left.
Yep.
And, like,
Yeah.
Did he just do a racism to me?
Huh?
What?
Hey,
Yeah.
I don't like that. Ugh. Yeah, there's like a lot of mistrust thrown Blair's way because of his half pilgrim lineage.
It's like, oh shit, racism in the future. Nice to see, except not. But it's different from the one we're used to.
Haha.
Exciting.
A fresh breath of air.
Garbage.
I will say, one abandoned plot line, I guess, from an early shooting script, and this is based on, I guess, revelations from the novelization of this movie.
Which we all know are the best.
Of course. Was that there was a traitor plot line that was dropped.
It has to be the second in command,
Yeah,
right?
it was definitely the
Because
second.
he was too obviously really racist.
Yeah. And really wanting to pin it on somebody else.
Oh, and somebody, well, because they
wait, no.
kept talking about how there were saboteurs, right?
There,
Yeah.
Wait, no. It was his, my bet is actually going to be the other fighter pilot, the one with the coiffed hair.
Oh, the one who kept getting into like little fist fights?
Yeah, and like, I don't want a pilgrim as my wingman.
Well, and that would have made the second in command the red herring.
Yeah.
Because he was so obviously terrible.
Like,
But he was also very much a CO. We've heard our parents talk about like Down Periscope, and how the CO from that, played by Rob Schneider, was like the most accurate CO they've ever seen on film.
Actually, I'm reading into it now. There was a traitor on the space station that had the Navcom AI, an admiral, and the commander was tied to that character, and there was like a fight between Blair and Commander Gerald around the Navcom later on in the movie.
I'm not sure that's necessary.
But
it's probably good they cut it.
But they just had a fight there, but then they realized that there was this other saboteur character, this admiral that was on the space station that was on the Kilrathi ship, and he gets stabbed by Blair.
Ooh, stabbity.
and that's why he went on to, he went for the fuel tank, the fuel cell mission.
So anyway, middle of the movie is basically you're establishing the camaraderie or not of your group, and establishing more of, oh gosh, it's going to mean something when they die because this is war. And they kind of forget that there's a timetable that they were trying to remind the audience of.
Yeah, because Maniac and Forbes just went from, oh yeah, you're impressive
How
too.
you do?
We're in love.
I could see them being like, you know what, we might die tomorrow, let's get fucking. But instead they were very much like, you're the reason I'm coming back from war. It's like, really?
They have a whole ass relationship.
Yeah, we can talk about that in our changes as well.
Anyway,
So a whole bunch of shit happens, but not really in a linear way. Again, I think Act 2 got fucked around with, to be honest.
Yeah,
I
A lot.
agree.
Because Act 1 was, I will say, I think Act 1 was pretty tight. Like, everything had a purpose. Like, from Freddie Prinze Jr. closing the book on his cross, the book was the Odyssey, etc. and so forth. Like, everything had a point. And then Act 2 happened, it was just like, nah!
We're a fighter pilot submarine movie. Whoa!
And I mean, I don't know when Starship Troopers came out. Maybe they were trying to get that kind of happy, jingoistic military vibe, I guess. Maybe the Pentagon showed up and was like, the military needs to be cooler than this, thank you. Who knows? But then skip ahead to basically the only one person can make it to Earth on time. You'll never guess who it is. It's Blair. And he can only do it.
Yep.
He can only do it if he uses his special magic powers. But he lost his he lost his faith at some. He lost his cross, which is also coincidentally his faith. What? At some point earlier, and he's like, I don't know if I can do it. Which is when it is revealed that the Wellerman, he's like, no, like, you're not alone. Maybe also, like this is bringing in family vibes from earlier that we were having feelings about. You're not alone. I, too, am part pilgrim. I just don't have your funky magic. But that's not the point. Like, the magic is almost not the point. The point is that you are not alone.
And here, have my cross. It's cool.
Also have to do a great back step to do a nitpick. But turned out that the Wellerman and Taggart was the military's intelligence and had rank of Commodore. It's like,
hell yeah.
Then fucking say that before the mission it's going to go wrong.
I think he was undercover. I think that he actually revealed that at the right time.
Well,
why else would you be a fucking Wellerman in the middle of the war?
Well, he might have been involved in this dropped traitor plotline as well, because, if you are suspecting a traitor...
Oh, yeah.
That's probably why he stuck around, too, because he's like, I'll stick around and help for the good of humanity.
Yep.
Oh, there's a traitor.
Could you talk into the flower on my lapel?
It is very nice, no?
Yeah, so basically... Okay, so that's an artifact of a dropped plot line.
I would say that's an artifact. I do think that there's a really interesting thing to be said here about how the Wellerman has faith but no, he has religion. No, he has faith but no magic, whatever the magic is, divine power. And the kid has divine power but no faith.
Yeah.
He just thinks it's luck,
Yeah.
Or he didn't know much about it at all.
Didn't even know you could do it. I mean, How often do you really trust somebody to try and navigate through a wormhole unguided, just for the hell of it?
When there's a quasar, like, looming over you, being like, hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy, one wrong move, and everyone you ever know will be suffering in time-dilated, infinite stretchiness of space-time, black hole stuff for all eternity.
Speaking of, there needed to be a third stretchy thing, and there wasn't, I don't think.
The word of the day is... spaghettification.
Yes.
That's what the quasar says gently in your ear.
Spaghettification.
Oh, God.
And Tiger's like, oh no, don't get me going.
Hey, not in front of the children. Save that for later in my bunk.
We have weird energy tonight.
Yes, we do. Except, here's the thing, he also says it in French, so that's even better somehow.
Oh god, just after they did that first jump, they both turn around and they see he has like a cigarette.
Yes! It swirls above him, he's like, oh yes.
Well done, Blair.
How did you even get that? Those were made illegal 500 years ago.
Not to mention, you shouldn't have fire on board a ship. It's oxygen.
Those rules only apply if you aren't French.
You see, I have the French field surrounding me at all times.
The French field. Oh my god, it's in a force field.
Yes. Anyway, but yeah, so it's a fascinating thing, and what's great is that I don't think Freddie Prinze Jr. does get faith about it. He's just like, no, it's really a luck thing, and then the Wellerman's like, yeah, okay, it's a luck thing, but here's some luck if you need it, okay?
But yeah, he goes flying right through that quasar.
Mark
you
Hamill
go.
says, "Are you sure this is a terrible idea?"
Yes, shut up, click. But the Kilrathi ship that was hunting them is like, hey, that little fighter ship is heading straight to that quasar there. We know that they know that we know where Earth is. We should probably go and kill that guy. All right, let's go. And so
nothing bad will happen.
Nothing bad will
happen. They
happen.
have no faith.
They have no faith, but they do successfully jump through because they have a Navcom AI. They're a big ship, whatever. But then in the next system over, they arrive, Freddie Prinze Jr., Blair there, arrives, like, right at the Scylla and Charybdis system and gets an idea.
Never a good thing when a hero has an idea.
He notices that there is a capital ship currently flying, pursuing him, and that he's screwed if he doesn't do something awfully creative. And Kat, didn't you mention earlier that the Scylla system happened to have an unmarked nav beacon?
In fact, I did. Because it was foreshadowed in the very first act.
And so, quick thinking Blair goes, I'm going to fly to that beacon. I'm going to fly real fast.
Real fast.
And for whatever reason, they'll kill Rathy, being really focused on the kill part, goes like, he's flying to a beacon. That must be where the fleet is. We are very smart.
Clearly. We're so smart.
And we must pursue him at full speed. Without realizing that the beacon happened to be, like, the point of no return for, like, a ship slightly larger than the fighter ship that Blair is piloting, not the gigantic killer death destroyer that the bad guys were piloting. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. Weren't they also going too fast too to catch up with him?
They were also
as we learned from the beginning,
they were also too big. Like, remember when you too big, you gotta go in slowly.
Oh, God damn it!
Wow. So, oh my God,
what the fuck?
But I just like to point out the ace kid in the group chat pulled that one out.
So to speak. So, this part of the discussion actually reminds me of a bit in one of Mom and Dad books. Like in, I think the first one, in Star Pilot's Grave, when one of the characters is being pursued by another in a space, in a lower atmosphere space flight.
As one does.
As one does. One of them's driving, the science fiction equivalent of an ambulance. And they're being pursued by bad guys.
Like bears.
As one is. And, he pulls some, hot shit, pilot stuff by doing a dive into, the Earth. And pulling up just in time. And trusting that the guy behind him isn't going to pull up in time. Because the people who pursue, are so wrapped up in what they're pursuing, they forget to look at their actual fucking surroundings.
I think I stole that, actually.
I
think I stole that for my, you remember, Driven by Desire?
Yeah.
I have a race happen at one point, and that's what happens.
I think it's a common, dogfighting trope.
Yeah.
Like, it happens in, like, it happens even, like, in Hot Shots, like...
It does.
I feel like the lesson here is always pay attention to your surroundings. You never know if you're accidentally in a dogfight.
Accidental dogfights are the worst.
Well, it's like on land, it's even like when you're fighting, when you're having a sword fight on a narrow precipice, and the hero spots that the ground is crumbling beneath them and jumps away in time. As his foe is still standing there, and Wile E. Coyote is down into the bottomless canyon.
And then it turns out the person you're fighting isn't even left-handed.
What the hell?
Oh god, it's so complicated. But anyway, yeah, he gets to Earth. Yeah, they warn everybody, and the end.
Wait,
is there more?
Well, he didn't get to Earth. He got to the
fleet.
Yeah, well,
fleet.
He got to the next beacon, basically.
And then
not beacon, but, message relay.
And then there was apparently enough time for him to refuel, then re-jump through that quasar, and return to the Tiger Claw just in time for Taggart to who pick up his
wing commander, guys. His wing commander.
Name of the movie.
who has been a love interest, but also she has no character, so we haven't really mentioned her.
No, she is already she's the boss, but she also is broken up about, like, emotionally because of the war. And she had lost a lover And so I think that this was stupid as fuck that they have like, oh, a big kiss. Oh, and also, frankly, I think she's got like hypoxia or something at this point. She's like, oh my god, Chen, is it you? And Freddie Prinze Jr.'s like,
yes. Oh god.
Or rather, like, oh, she likes me. And like later, they're like, oh, I thought I, saw my dead lover.
And also, Rosie had been like really sillily killed off, thus promoting Matthew Lillard's character development.
Yeah.
He still the best as fire pilot, but now he's serious about it.
Yeah, because he lost through his own fucking fault.
Yeah.
It was his fault that she died.
Listen.
Like, directly. Not even because they were, like, one-upping each other, so to speak. And that's also where the misogyny, because it was the 90s. You get racism, misogyny, racism and misogyny, but you never have neither.
Listen, when we get to our story edits, I'm going to have some
opinions. Yep.
But, yeah.
Well, on side note, because, we ended up talking a lot more about this movie than I honestly thought we would. My goodness.
There was a lot to say. I feel like I went through the plot very quickly.
Very thoroughly. We also fandom wanked there for,
a bit.
And there was discussion of where the fuck did we even see it?
Yeah.
That was important though.
But
listen, guys, that's what people listen to this podcast for. Our camaraderie.
And banter.
Not for the fucking point of the podcast.
Well, let's get to the point of the podcast. We've been dancing around some of the things that we'd be changing. What are we changing, y'all?
Can I start?
Go for it.
She's doing it.
Alright, so, one, I'd recast Angel.
Ooh. Who's the wing commander? Who's the wing
commander? Who we mentioned at the very end, despite the fact that she's the main character.
Because we all know why.
Because maybe someone who has such an interesting story and background shouldn't be so boring and forgettable.
She had great hair, though. She had great hair.
It wasn't that great.
You know what she should have been? She should have been French, like the Wellerman.
I mean, they all should have been, let's be real.
Her character in the Wing Commander games was French. Because her last name is Devereaux.
We could have had it all.
Yeah, she's Devereaux.
Devereaux, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, mostly what I will do is I would change the entire fucking Maniac Rosie thing.
Yep.
Ooh.
Because it's racist and misogynistic. Yep. That she dies instead of him.
The white guy.
The white dude. And he finds his true self or becomes his best self or whatever.
He becomes bringing the Loki vibes early on. I see.
So as much as I love Matthew Lillard, let's kill Matthew Lillard off. I'm sure he'd do a great death scene.
He would.
But also, as we mentioned, the time thing in this movie. I remember watching it and, they were in bed together talking about how much they cared about each other. And I was trying to do the math in my head.
Like, bitch, you've been fucking for 2 hours tops.
So you met 2, maybe 4 hours ago.
Again, he's already down for the count. I mean, come on. No, they established that.
It's true, actually. Also, though, there was a brief, again, science fiction, a brief throwaway line is like, we might as well find love here because you realize, since we've been jetting around space, literally everyone we know back home is dead because of time dilation. That was just a throwaway line. I loved it.
I feel like they also mentioned something about, doing this again tomorrow or something. There was some, immediate future thing mentioned. I was like, aren't you guys, saving the world tomorrow or something? I'm not sure you're gonna have time.
There's no tomorrow. There is no past.
Act 1 established multiple times. We had 40 hours, then we had 40 minus 12, however many that was. And then we're the 2-hour difference here. They were really hammering that. And then suddenly, time stopped to existing. I'm like, is it the pandemic?
No. Oh, man. I think it would have been a cute line where, we should do this again sometime. Tomorrow? No, we gotta save the world tomorrow. That could have been a cute line.
Great line. That
could have been. Too bad it wasn't there.
Can we just make that a line that happens in a script eventually? I think we need to have that. because characters.
I'm deeply surprised it hasn't happened.
Because I think it'd be something novel to have like a couple characters have like just like a nonsense fling. Why not? It doesn't have to have deep romantic ties and all that. And then it's like, yeah,
potentially it shouldn't.
Yeah. Probably better if it doesn't if you're fighter pilots, my goodness, or heroes or doing that stuff. But just have
never
that
fuck
line.
a hero, guys. Never fuck a hero.
Don't do it.
But I think we just need that line somewhere. Yeah, want to do this again tomorrow? No, I think we got to save the world tomorrow because you know what? That's why they were doing this. No strings, whatever thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were real good about that no strings thing.
But yeah, I would make it a not romantic thing. They'd just be, fucking around.
Yeah.
And he would die. And that's how I'd fix this movie. Among other things. I know you guys really like it, but I found the whole thing kind of meh.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
No, it was meh. Don't get me wrong.
Good.
So much of it could have, there were so many,
elements.
There was the acting quality. There was the fact that there was so many interesting genre tropes that you don't typically see, and technically those tropes were executed well. The set design, I really appreciated that. And I do like the idea of melding fighter pilot with submarine. I think that's the right vibe. And then
I was just getting worried that I missed something.
They absolutely...
They ruined they had to make too many cuts and they ruined the pace because they didn't. Because they didn't do any adjusting shoots.
Here's what I also think. I bet that somewhere there is a version of this before the notes came.
Ooh.
From the people who are not genre savvy, from the people who are looking at this and thinking nobody else in the audience is genre savvy, and are saying, this is our money. What have you done?
Like how they messed up, what was it, Dark City?
Dark City. Ooh. Except that you could easily fix Dark City by muting the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
This one, you can't skip the fucking middle. I mean, can you?
You probably
Maybe
could.
You can.
It'd be a very short movie.
I mean, I'd be okay with that.
Blair does a weird day trip.
Amazing. Okay. Wait, where are we on changes? Who's done? Pippin's done hers, right? Pippin, are you done?
I've just done mine.
Okay, who's next? Or who hasn't gone? I haven't gone. Who else hasn't gone?
Nobody else has gone, so you can go if you want to.
Okay. What I want to do, and it's, usually I pull out some bullshit or something. Shut up. I said usually. Fuck you. But in this particular case, I really want to get down to brass tacks. I think that I want to take the middle of this movie, Act 2, and into a little bit of Act 3, although I think more of Act 3 can be saved, and just red pen this. Like, we're talking cutting shit out. The first act was tight. It was tight. Everything had a purpose. We lost that. It got muddied. I stopped paying attention. I didn't even know why they were at it. There was a gas thing? Like, why were the wing commander and Blair out somewhere else? Like, what was that about?
That is such a good question. I don't know either.
Here's the thing. There was already a task. That's usually what a lot of movies are missing, right?
Yeah.
There was already a time frame that they had to follow. Again, another usual thing that, you have to fix. No, we had the elements. What happened was a bunch of random bullshit thrown in to try to cater to an audience that wasn't going to appreciate it anyway. And it fucked it. So I would go back, I'd red pen it, and I'd bring it back to the point of this story, which is that they have to fucking gun it to try to make it past the aliens. Or they don't know the aliens are there. They have to fucking gun it to try to get to the next ship to pass the message along. Like the beacon for Rohan. Not Rohan,
Gondor.
Gondor calls.
The beacons are lit. Gondor.
Yeah, the beacons are lit.
Consvi.
Exactly.
Gondor calls for aid.
It's that thing, right? Now what happens is I'm saying the fighter pilots in that version are first of all, we never got to why there are new fighter pilots coming. A little bit. The idea is that they lost one, right?
Yeah.
Because they're in a fucking war. But that's not talked about, I feel, sufficiently. Like the fact that this is actually, they're just the new posties.
Well, that was actually a plot point, if you recall.
Was it?
Yeah. It was in Act 2. It was in Act 2.
He hopped
in. Fucking Act 2.
He hopped into,
Chen's, or whatever.
And he and Matthew Willard are the replacement pilots.
to me, it was not as clear as it could have been in terms of maybe thematically running with it. I don't know.
Wait,
are they the replacement pilots or are they merchants?
No,
They
replacements.
are replacement pilots. The Wellerman brought them. Remember, they're in uniform. He's not.
Yeah, he was their bus.
You know I don't remember.
They wore stupid hats, Pippin. How did you forget the stupid hats?
I wasn't paying that much attention.
Which, to be fair, the stupid hats, I think, were future Black Watch caps. I think.
Probably.
Yeah.
And
Anyway, but...
Yeah, and the thing is, like, there was the big plot point about, like, when you die in the service here, you never existed. That's how we cope.
No,
healthy.
I call that bullshit.
Yeah.
That was bad characterization and bad writing.
Like, I believe the word is contrived.
They were trying to give some kind of character to fucking the wing commander, and they pulled that out of their ass, and it's bullshit. I'm not even going to address that. I am purely talking about, here's the plot that I would fix in the second act. The second act, I would have, they're just hauling ass for leather, and they happen to have newbies on board. Like, whoops, who brought the message. Great. As they're going, that's when the Kalrathi show up to intercept. And so they have to, that's where the dog pilots come out.
Wait,
so you can still get those scenes.
Wait, I thought what their task was to like, just stall the Kalrathi fleet for 2 hours for the main fleet
no, because the main fleet doesn't know, I thought.
They didn't know that they actually got the Navcom AI, I think, confirmed. Also, the thing that they conveyed at the very end, like, it was a two-part thing. They had to delay them 2 hours if they could, or just delay them 2 hours no matter what, because the fleet would not be in Earth on time. And the thing they got by retrieving the MacGuffin was the exact jump coordinates that the entire fleet was going to be using to arrive in Earth sector.
The bad guys.
Yeah. The bad guys. So that way, Earth forces, if they got those coordinates, could just line themselves up in a row and just start firing their cannons at whatever comes through that particular coordinate.
I didn't get that, and so I'm actually going to say one of those has to be cut. And I would prefer that the oh no, we better retrieve the Navcom. Like, that's fucked. If you think in terms of computers, the second they have it, there's 80 copies everywhere.
Yeah.
That part's fucked.
Yeah.
And you can have a really fascinating movie about, like, somewhere else on a distant planet, the equivalent of Alan Turing and all his friends be like, hey, guess what, guys? You need a whole new code system. And they're like, ah. But I would say you either have the race to the beacon, or not the beacon, but the race to the next ship that can pass the message, right? Or you have there's one of us and 80 of them, but we are currently at the Battle of Thermopylae.
Woo!
But you can't have both. Not if you want something tight. Not if you want a movie. A book, sure. You can pull all sorts of shit in a book, because you got more time and more space. You gotta choose one.
I agree with that, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think if they cut it, if they regained the purpose of the first act and the end, if they just connected that line.
Well, like, we need to stall the Kalrathi, because otherwise, what is the entire point of engaging?
Well, here's the thing. What if the Kalrathi see them going, and they're going hell for leather, and the Kalrathi are like, you know what? That looks like a bad sign. We better stop them. And that's when they engage.
Here's the noodling I would do with this.
Okay, go for it. Noodling.
We kind of go with what Kat's talking here. We're doing the signal beacons of Gondor or whatever, and Tiger Claw here is actually one of the last ones in the chain.
Ooh,
and,
okay.
The discovery, the unfortunate coincidence or whatever is, when you think about it, as we're trying to pass a message back to Earth, right? Where are the Kilrathi heading towards? Earth. So, as we're hauling ass to try and get to the Earth jump point, that's when you see all of a sudden the Kilrathi fleet also heading to the jump point, and then we're like, fuck. We're actually going to get there moments before them. We're going to have to delay. And then that's when, like, maybe, like, we get some creative heroics or whatever.
Fuck.
And that's when you can get the pilgrim moment of jumping through the wormhole to just get the message on no matter what.
Like the other ship, like the big ship is like, we're all band of brothers now. We will give you that extra time.
Yeah.
One way or a fucking another. And Brendan, actually, you just solved the problem of how to get both the Hall Ass and the Battle of Thermopylae in the same plot.
Boom. I have some insights sometimes.
Sometimes, but what I mean is, all the rest of us are better than the people who fucked around with this story.
Huzzah. Yeah, I just imagine this moment of like, okay, guys, we're the last leg of the journey. We got this. We're gonna save Earth. And then just,
Oh, fuck.
And that's when we can reveal that, the Wellerman ship, happens to be kind of like the equivalent of Warhammer, from Price of Stars. And it is fully kitted out.
It is jacked.
Woo!
Forget the dog pilot, right? They need all the rapier class to, the little dog pilot things to, whatever, right? Cause they've got 2 pilots. You gotta air and spare, I guess. Right? So, Maniac, the best, quote unquote, goes into the dog pilot, dogfighter, thank you, dogfighter, and Blair, our half-pilgrim kid, with the space magic, goes in the Warhammer. Because we already know he knows how to fly it, and that actually makes sense thematically because that's the ship he learned, he realized his magic on, and is also a magical ship owned by the Welleran, who is also part of the magical space race.
Yeah, and I'll touch on this part a little bit more in my changes in a bit.
I'm done.
Okay, and unless Al, do you want to go first, or
No, you go ahead.
One of the problems I had in the movie is that I felt that Freddie Prinze Jr., Blair, embracing the magic half of his lineage and all that, we got like a payoff way too early. I would not have had the Scylla jump coordinate calculation thing just happen without a hitch right at the beginning of the movie, because I felt like that is something that we want to build towards.
We didn't really know that magic was a thing yet.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, that's impressive. But you know what? I think that is something that should be paying off at the conclusion of the movie. Instead, we got this, oh, he's clever too, and tricks them into flying into a black hole, which we can still kind of play with and keep at the end. It's just at this point, at the end of the movie, that's when he kind of like accepts his own pilgrim heritage here. And that's when it's like turning off. We got to rip off Star Wars at this point, because why not? And,
Mark Hamill's there. It's practically canon. It's fine.
And it's like, you turned off your Navicomp computer. Is something wrong?
Wait, hey guys. Guys, I got a question for you.
Yeah?
It was established in Act 1.
Yeah.
Where all the good things were. that cross is not actually a full-on cross. It is a hidden stiletto.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and there's a hidden knife in there, which the Wellerman knows to get, which again is, he actually, But we get no payoff with that. What the fuck was the fucking purpose? It's something that they all had. Is space, is pilgrim magic blood magic? Like,
that's more creative than what was in the cut stuff. So yeah, let's do that.
But seriously, why was there a shiny knife? You can't just give me a shiny knife and space magic and not assume blood rituals. Come on, guys.
Yeah, it's a little weird to have it be a dagger. To show it as such. I mean, yeah. I
think it's cool, but why?
But man.
And why not use it?
Oh, jeez. Yeah, we can.
Oh, jeez.
We can. Oh, jeez, Rick. But no, we can play with that. In the course of our rewrites, we can see whether or not maybe he accidentally pokes his finger and that does a certain swirling pattern.
Magnets.
Yeah.
They have special magnet blood.
There we go.
They got the vaccine.
Yes.
Listen, they were the first bunch in space. Shit got weird. That's what it means. Shit got weird.
Boom. Does that mean we can steer Navicomps now? Awesome.
Now
do you have the faith?
Do you have the faith, Brendan?
Oh, no.
And thus, I bring Catholicism to it.
I have a
You
stiletto.
don't need the faith. Do you have a He has knives. He's set.
And besides, again, my story changes that I want to have a build-up in that faith in the space magic. Let's have a hint at it, he closes his eyes as he's starting to hit the buttons at the solar system, and that's when Taggart, the Willerman, manages to flip the thing on, and then like the Navicom starts taking over from that point on. I was like, "What were you doing there?" He's like, "I don't know. I was just trying to steer the ship. Why? What were you doing?" And that seemed kind of pilgrimy, buddy. And then we just move on from there. He denies the gift or whatever. We can have something come up in this week act 2 if we're doing the beacon lighting. Maybe
is
there
it Gondor, or is it Thermopylae, or is it both?
And if we wanted to somehow work in the traitor subplot again, maybe like he does like the things like, no, we shouldn't take that route. We should take this one instead, or who knows what. Just to really kind of have a act 2 second beat of the gift where he's starting to actually believe, maybe through gentle coaching from the Wellerman. I love how we're calling him the Wellerman now.
He's the Wellerman.
Yeah, but like he's getting kind of coaching that, hey, it's okay to be embracing part of your heritage here. What they had was special. You're special. Embrace it.
And I love you.
But not as much as this Quasar.
Hello, Sonia. So pleasant to see you again. That bitch. She knows. She knows what she did.
Alpha Centauri is a whore.
But I love her anyway. Wait, why am I gendering all of these? They're non-gendered, and the Frenchman's down with that.
Actually, Kat, I think some systems are binary.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Boom. Holy shit.
Oh, the cis straight brother coming in for the fucking kill.
Cis
There he is.
white dude drop.
With the best joke of the episode.
Well, Al had
Oh shit. It's everybody's going out off script. Which is perhaps what the actors should have done to revive this terrible second act.
Huzzah!
Poirot was there. He wanted to. I could see it.
That's just, again, what I would do is play into this faith subplot a little bit more. I would not have the instant payoff at the beginning of the movie, despite how good Act 1 was. I think we could have toned that down a little bit to have better payoff at the end. Yeah. I could see that. I forgive you for saying something shitty about the first act. I forgive you. All right, that leaves Alex.
I applaud you.
I know.
I'm really big, guys, and you need to recognize that.
All right. Here's my change, and I'm gonna need some help because I don't know. I didn't read what I'm going to be referring to, but my change is going to be changing the second act into more of a Odyssey reference.
Okay.
Ooh.
Like, steal the beats from there.
Oh, one might even say appropriately.
Yeah. Since you had the book, you brought up Celia. Come on.
And Charybdis.
Yeah.
Go all in.
Yeah.
Though, so I know that...
Mermaids. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know how much of the Odyssey he actually had, military exploits, but,
he was coming home from the Trojan War.
The beginning is
the Iliad, dude.
Oh, yeah. But it's him coming home from the war.
Yeah, but they're all fucked up. It's PTSD. Shit's gone weird.
Yeah. So I don't know how to stitch that together with the first act. Here's the thing.
It's still doable. Like, honestly, when you're stealing shit, it doesn't need to be that close. If you're doing a 1-for-1 beat, like, what's it called? What's the one with the 1920s, Odyssey? Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See, that one is a beat for beat, and that's where the fun comes in. If you're just writing, you can steal shit, and then it's just a theme.
I mean,
stick it wherever.
There's all sorts of bits you can steal from the Odyssey in playing with this. So, like, there's Circe's Island, where they get people turned into pigs, whatever. The Island of the Lotus Eaters, that's always a fun, mental thing to play with. There's the fact that they went to the underworld. You can play with some allegories there.
And
mermaids that draw you away. I want the Kilrathi to be, like, weird like that.
Oh, like the sirens?
Yeah. I want them to be creepy sirens.
Also, yeah, actually,
Especially,
you traveling through the underworld, Pip, this also allow you to get Catholic on me, because you know what? Harrowing of hell. And bringing it back.
In only 3 days!
I mean, how hard would it be to just tack on an extra day to their timeline?
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, it's true. Like, 40 hours. Again, that's the point of when you're writing this kind of thing. It doesn't matter what fucking time frame you have. It just has to be vaguely realistic to the problem at hand. And then you stick with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be real, the movie actually shows at least 3 days.
Does it though, Pippin? I think
I'll count all the nights.
Based on the number of times that they fucked, apparently, it was 3 weeks.
Oh, no.
Here's the other thing, though. Here's the thing. One of the things I liked about, and Alex, I'm so sorry, I'm stealing a little bit of this.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Is that, I would have preferred, much like in Rogue One, many years from now, where, like, no, these two crazy kids, maybe there's some chemistry, but they don't get together.
Oh,
That's
God,
not the vibe here. That's not the vibe. I would like
other shit going on.
Right? I would like it if she is still hung up on her dead guy, right? Her journey is getting over and being able to talk about it again, okay?
Yeah.
Acknowledging his existence.
Acknowledging his existence and the fact that he was important and that she can change by the love that she and he shared, right? Instead of just saying, it's never mind. The second thing, though, is that what if Blair has a girl or boy or whatever back home? And that's what he's looking like. And it's not necessarily a journey back to Earth, like the Odyssey, but it's a I'm bringing the word theme a lot here. It's a thematic idea that he wants to get to the end of the war so that he can get back to his girl back home. And that's also another reason why he needs to stop the Kilrathi, aside from all the many obvious reasons. But it's because it's that he has an end point. It's over there. Yeah, go.
So we need a thematic tying him into to the hole or to the mast.
Okay.
A classic scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to point out that the sirens are popularly depicted as tempting sailors with, sex in their bodies, because sailors be like that. They're actually tempted Odysseus with knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because what they're really doing is tempting him, like their temptations is, what do you want?
Oh, and wait.
Yeah.
Wait. And their temptations are going to be the pilgrim godhood that they are going after. This is him going into walking that razor's edge.
We can help you end the war.
We can give you that extra information, and then you'd be fine. And also, maybe you could see your mom and dad again. I heard that they died when you were 5.
Here's a question that wasn't really touched on. I mean, they said that, like, there was this big war involving milquetoast humans and the pilgrims. Yeah. Did the pilgrims get some of this divine knowledge? Did they get into one too many quasars?
And also, frankly, when you have two sides fighting, there's going to be leftovers, presumably. We already know that there was intermarriage, right?
Yeah.
And interbreeding, because they're both humans. This one's gone a bit wacky. Presumably, there's got to be a diaspora of some kind of the lost pilgrims, right? Like, right?
Yeah. I assume the diaspora is Blake and Taggart.
Well, what if there's smaller ships, just like small family groups, and that's one of the ones that they come across, and that's a siren.
Ooh.
Oh, so he could be tempted away from this mission home.
Mm-hmm.
My one hesitation is that it would have to be played very carefully so that we don't kill the momentum of the story.
It would absolutely kill the momentum if we did that.
Oh, yeah.
We would have to have a different story.
This is me pie in the sky right now.
I mean, Act 2 already happened.
Here's what I do, Al. You could have this mystery colony, but maybe they decided not to continue through the wormhole. Like, they are kind of like the aliens in Star Trek Deep Space Nine now, where they're just in this space between spaces. And so, you get this temptation of like, hey, son, you can join us.
Oh my
Doom
God.
humanity, but join
Oh,
us.
Yeah. Dudes, what if everybody else freezes in time, right? But one of the cool things you can do when you've been fucking quasars like pilgrims have for generations is that you can exist within normal time within it. And that is when the other pilgrims show up and be like, hey, how's it going? And meanwhile, like, Blair's wandering around being like, what? And maybe the Wellerman's like moving at like half speed. Well, he doesn't he has faith, but he does not have space magic.
Yeah.
So close to, I'm getting to go.
And actually,
he stays.
And this time dilation thing, property of the wormholes, I think that also plays into how they can do so many calculations so quickly.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh shit, are they just fucking around with time in their own fucking bodies?
Well, a little bit of that, but also a little bit of the space magic, but the space magic is affecting how they are affected by time in these weird time spaces. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, here's the
it.
beauty of science fiction. We can just make this up.
What? Wait. What?
Ooh, that's dangerous territory
They're
there.
making it up.
Now, I like this. I like this idea of having this maybe be a plot element, because then, for me, it ties into the whole entire mysticism element a little bit more. It's like, that's where the pilgrims went.
Yep.
They decided they did not want to wage this war in the end. Like, maybe the more peaceful elements won out, and they're like, you know what? Peace.
Actually, I have another variant on that, Bren.
Uh-huh.
Which is actually where I thought you were going to go. I didn't think that you'd go the wormhole aliens route. I thought you'd go the, by this wormhole, because, and by these quasar, because they aren't fucking affected by it, and possibly they have sex with it constantly. That's the way they be. They're pilgrims. There is a colony of pilgrims that are hanging out there. Also, conveniently, that's not on any of the maps that they themselves wrote, remember?
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, we find our human military are stuck at a battle of Thermopylae. They know they're going to get their asses kicked. And the colony comes to Gondor's aid.
Ooh.
Rohan.
Exactly. And which brings about a melding, a rejoining of the two groups in face of a common enemy. Does this finish racism? No.
Aww.
But is it a nice way to at least look at it from the political end of it?
Oh, you know,
Like,
it'd be kind of,
maybe they don't need to hide in the fucking quasar anymore, I guess.
it'd be kind of cool. Is kind of playing with this in a couple different angles. We could have the parlay with the pilgrims, and the Kilrathi fleet's like, hey guys, wait a second. This is just one ship. Let's just not deal with it and fly through this quasar and go kill Earth. What do you guys say? Cool, cool. And then they go, and that's when the treaty with the pilgrims comes into full effect here. And instead of getting to Earth, you know, pilgrim magic is like this. They get dumped off into like the sun, the middle of deep space, and they get stranded forever.
They're the
That's
Delta Quadrant.
Yeah. They get to the caretaker's array and have to.
Caretaker's like, I'm a fucking pilgrim. What the shit are you doing here?
They take on Neelix, and transporter accidents happen. It's gonna be great. Kilrathi have a fun time.
Suddenly space lizards.
Yes. They flew too fast.
They literally did, guys.
But yeah, like that's where you could kind of have that plot element play in.
Love it.
You know what I'm...
Yeah?
Oh, I was just gonna say, you know what I'm getting from all of this?
What?
We need to rewrite it.
Yeah, we would have done a much better job with this movie.
Here's the thing. This is actually, I'm going to say it. This is what I think to be one of the kinds of stories that we come across that is the point of this podcast, which is you see something, you see how it could be good, you take it apart, you put it back together, and then it's yours.
It's a completely different story, really, at this point.
It is. It's a completely different story. And this is a valid way of doing this. This is a valid way of coming up with fiction. It's a valid way of plotting something. And you're also, in a weird way, I think, correcting a error in the universe.
A grave injustice.
Right? Something that didn't work, but it should have. There's like a flicker of an idea of something that could be great, and it didn't get what it should.
We're gonna contact Matthew Lillard. He's gonna play the new Wellerman. It's gonna be great.
Right? But can he do a French accent?
I'd like to see him try.
I don't think he needs a French accent, because I think he can do the weird I want to fuck space energy.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, he absolutely can.
And I think that's more important.
You know what? That's where his whole Pete Davidson thing comes in.
Yeah.
He's got that energy.
Oh no.
Have you seen Hackers?
Oh no.
Oh shit. Like, Hackers is great. He's in Hackers too. But he's definitely the guy who has fucked his computer.
Okay.
Like, guaranteed.
Okay. It's getting real late, y'all.
It's so late, guys.
Let's just do, lightning round game.
Hey, remember 2 hours ago when we said this will be real quick?
Oh my gosh.
We were fools then.
But this is why I love when we come across these kinds of stories, because it hits our sweet spot and it is exactly what we wanted this podcast to be. Not just us fucking around and talking about home, but maybe,
sure, that's why this is one of the podcasts.
but maybe also to help others come up with a neat way of this writing. Fuck, I lost my paragraph. Go on.
Yeah.
I was doing really well and Pippin made a fucking noise.
You were so close to doing your speech.
Story.
I was in a speech, I had the vibe, and Pippin's in the background going, boo, you don't even go here!
I'm not sure you've heard, but I'm the charming one.
That's such a goddamn lie. You're the funny one. We established that.
Tell me the difference. Anyway, it's the quickest game.
Quickest game we have, guys.
The character that would be king? So character that would be the king, I am going to go with Rosie.
God damn it!
Haha!
And it's a quick line about why she would be king.
She's the best pilot on that ship, and she's going to fucking prove it by stopping these kill Raffi.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I'd like to go.
Yep.
I'd like to go.
Yeah.
My characters are the ones who are not on screen. It's the Bletchley Park?
What?
It's the code breakers over in some other quadrant who get the message saying, hey, by the way, guys, our entire NavCom's fucked. We need a brand new code system that, by the way, the cat aliens, who maybe have powers we don't understand, can't break. And then they have to bring in some of the magic people to... It's all there.
They're going to have to bring in Blair. Blair, you're going to have to...
Oh my god.
You're going to have to get your brain scanned.
Blair doesn't know the magic. Oh, you're right. He has the magic. That's where you get the Wellerman and Blair. One has the faith. One has the magic. With their powers combined, we can make a new NavCom.
Woo! You're going to have You're going to have to teach us, Rob, as Box, that a bee is not a free.
This is a dog, not a pig, not a loaf of bread.
Wait, Blair's his last name.
What's his first name?
Christopher.
Ew.
Christ?
Ew.
Well, also Christopher is Traveler, but whatever. Patron saint of travelers. Whatever. Point is, fuck.
Peregrine means wanderer.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm inferring the existence of characters that must be there based on the world that they live in.
Okay.
And
cool.
I'm saying that they're who I'm writing.
I love it. Okay.
I'm going to therefore use the one that I thought Kat was going to do, which is Taggart the Wellerman.
His adventures are wild.
Because apparently he was like some sort of spy?
Listen, he's a guy who has accidentally fallen into high command. Because he keeps not fucking up, but he hates it. So he's like, yeah, I gotta go on a mission. And they're like, you're a Commodore. He's like, yeah, it's a big mission, I gotta go on it.
It's tough being the most competent person in any given room.
Pip.
And he is. That's his nature.
Pip, are you accidentally advocating for Commander Gill in the Mage Worlds?
Whoops. It wasn't my purpose, but listen, I have a type.
Wait, I thought your type was Space Fop.
Oh,
I do love...
She can have multiple types.
Here's the thing. Commander Gill does come from,
Fop
aristocrat.
planet, yeah.
He is technically a space pop.
What is he, a baron?
But is
He's
he
a Martinet.
French? Is the other question.
Baronet.
Nah.
No.
He's a something.
Anyway, Wait, so that's Pip, the Wellerman, Bren,
And his sexy space adventures.
Oh shit, it's
and
me.
his falling upwards because he's so fucking competent.
Who have we gotten so far?
Rosie?
Rosie.
The
Taggart.
code breakers
and-
that I've made up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's just me. Oh God. Okay. I got
You got this, man.
You guys
You got
took
this.
all the good characters.
I made up a character.
That's true.
I just took what I thought Kat was going to take.
You know what? Let's have Matthew Lillard have some more fun here, because you know what? He was allowed to actually be a character,
What?
Yeah.
right? He
He's
had develop-
actually a fantastic actor, guys.
right? And I could just see him having more space adventures, because you know what? I think he could have been the one to spearhead the retrieve the Navcom computer thing while Blair and Devereaux went and did space stuff to try and distract the bad guys. He could have been part of the strike force that retrieved the box, because he's grown and
What's in the box?
and he's not just a hotshot pilot, he's also a kick-ass fighter.
Well, also, like, he's presumably, like, what are they, lieutenant? Yeah, he's a lieutenant, because the captain kept calling him lieutenant, and that was awesome. They're lieutenant, like, they've gone to officer school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Presumably, they're smart.
Right?
Yeah.
They've had leadership lessons.
Unless, like, all dogfighters are technically given in the rank of lieutenant.
And here's the
in
thing.
my universe, no.
And here's the thing. I would have instead done Devereaux adventures here on the Tiger Claw, where we just get to see a really sappy love story play out, but then it ends up ending up like Up.
Oh, God.
Because, it's a love story that you know is gonna end.
Where's this?
And then we don't have a love story in the main movie here because it was unnecessary.
It was unnecessary.
Yeah.
You can have chemistry, as so many queer-baiting shows have shown us.
Yeah.
But you don't have to have the actual kissing.
We don't need a hypoxic kiss.
We really don't.
Which
Where
is-
she's very definitely hallucinating someone else.
Which is definitely the name of my indie band.
Yeah.
Hypoxic Kiss is a great fucking name.
That's true.
Let's kiss. And the medic will get into the frame as well.
Slowly wanders, slides in. A la, who's the director who did Hot Fuzz and stuff?
Edgar Wright.
Yes.
Yeah, we're talking Edgar Wright styles of physical comedy with film.
I just imagine this the glare that the medical person is doing. Is like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
No. Here's the thing. In the movie, in the actual movie, the medic was in the frame of that kiss.
Oh,
Was he really?
Yeah, because it was a bad shot. And
It
they
was a bad shot.
And then they just ended the movie on her being wheeled away.
Bye!
What if we kissed in the middle of space and I was dying of hypoxia? And a medic was there.
the dream.
Kiss has everything.
All right. So I think that was characters that would be king. I'm glad I redeemed myself right at the end there.
Right there, right at the end.
Because I was like, oh shit, who else is left? Okay. So who's taking us out today?
Right. Before we go, does anyone have anything to plug?
I do, actually. So as people know from the last several podcasts, I have a short story out from Apex magazine called Demon Fighter Sucks.
Demon Hunter
And-
sucks.
Oh, God. Here's the thing. Demon Hunter's an actual game. So if you look up the phrase Demon Hunter sucks, you get a shit ton of links. And it's all gamer boys bitching about something. If you type in Demon Fighter sucks, you get my story.
So you're going to get at a weird crossover of people looking for
Presumably. But the point is, it is now available free to read. So you can, obviously you should support magazines, but if you are not certain, even though Apex is fantastic, check it out, and please enjoy. Or don't. You're your own person.
Fuck you.
You're your own person, and I believe in your autonomy.
Yeah, Demon
Huzzah.
Fighter.
I don't.
Demon Fighter sucks.
And if frankly, I will retweet you if you use that exact phrasing. There, I've said it.
Alrighty.
Because that's comedy gold.
And speaking of comedy gold, I'm still doing my online shows on the Arcade Comedy Theater's website. And you can also find that on YouTube. Just wherever you find online videos. Hey, I'm there sometimes. Or not. Hey. And also, we are probably doing more outdoor live shows of some variety or another, and we're looking forward to it because you get a bunch of comedians together in person that haven't seen each other in a while. It's like dogs at a dog park. It's great.
They're like sniffing of crotches.
I was going to start with
Surprising number.
yapping a lot and then bring in the sniffing at crotches. Pippin, you have to learn comedy timing.
Listen, my comedy timing was beating you to the punchline.
Bitch. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay.
And that's why we're such a great double act. Woo! Because you beat me to my fucking lines.
And Pip
Anyway.
Al, same as always.
Just being better than people.
Yeah. Same as always. And as always, if you have an idea or prompt to submit, head on over to nostorysacred.com/submission. Follow us on Twitter at nostorysacred, or send an email through contact@nostorysacred.com. Your hosts have been Alex MacDonald, Brendan MacDonald, Pippin MacDonald, and Catherine Crichton. Editing and music for this episode done by Brendan. Transcript done by Ashley DaCosta. Art by Jay Wolf. Show notes and transcripts are available at nostorysacred.com. Thanks for listening, everyone, and please rate, review, and subscribe to No Story Sacred. You can also visit our Patreon page to support the show and get neat rewards at patreon.com/nostorysacred. See you next time when we talk about an original story idea by Bren. And
whoa!
And
What?
And we're serious, you guys. We'll be on time unless we're not.
And also, it's probably not going to be just puns, right, Brendan?
I make no promises.
Pippin, look what you've done.
Yeah.
That's going to be our entire careers now. Pun-based books.
Oh God, no.
I look forward to this.
I give up my membership. Farewell.
To our family?
Yeah. I'm gonna get out the golden chip that we all received at birth. And I'm throwing it on the table, and I'm bringing out my gun too. And I'm slapping it on the table.
Fuck yeah, free gun.
You're a maverick.
Go on.
Until then, there's no story sacred, and any story can be changed. I'm Alex.
I'm Kat.
I'm Brendan.
And I'm Pippin.
And we're
No
Story is
Story
sacred.